Welcome to CEO Insights. I'm Marilyn de Guzman with investingnews.com. I'm speaking with Stephen Burega, president of Appia Rare Earths and Uranium. Hi, Stephen.
Hi there. How are you doing today?
Good to see you again.
It's great to see you as well.
Yes. So, fresh news from your company is your recently released independent maiden mineral resource estimate.
Yes.
Tell us some of the highlights of that MRE.
Well, so the MRE is on our ionic clay, absorption clay asset in Brazil. So we're in the state of Goiás, which is a central state in the country of Brazil. We're just outside of a town called Iporá, and it's an exciting asset because we're looking at a relatively small portion of that asset. It's about just under 500 hectares, and we, as you've mentioned, just announced a very significant maiden mineral resource estimate of 46 million tons of TREO of resource on the inferred level, and 6.6 million tons on the indicated level across two targets. One's called Target 4, and the other is the Buriti Zone. The north target, Target 4, is very exciting for high-grade TREO, so that's total rare earth oxide potential. The southern target is called the Buriti Zone, and not only do we have exciting levels of TREO, we also have scandium and cobalt in our results on the southern target. So it's a small target area, as I mentioned, because we actually have 40,000 hectares across 22 claims contiguous in the area. So we're very excited by the potential for further exploration, identification of new targets, and moving this asset forward in a very significant way.
Right. So what's the next steps after the MRE for that project?
Well, we will continue our exploration activities, of course. So the next step would be to step out, further the overall size of the existing zones that we've identified, the Buriti Zone and the Target 4. There's expansion potential all around the area. And then we'll be targeting additional areas outside of that core and drill testing new targets across the entirety of the property. So it's going to be a busy 2024 and 2025 for sure for us.
Yeah. And you do have other projects as well. Could you talk a bit more about that and some plans for that?
So Appia has traditionally had assets in Canada. So the step out to Brazil only started in last year. We did all this work within an 8-month window and a very modest budget. So we're excited with the outcome on that, but we're equally as excited about our flagship property, which has always traditionally been Alces Lake, which is a hard rock monazite asset in northern Saskatchewan. In addition to Alces, we have our uranium properties. So we have four early stage exploration projects in Saskatchewan, and then we have a historic resource on our Elliott Lake project, which has 55 million pounds of uranium in a resource estimate. And these assets we're continuing to move forward without a question, and we're just starting to plan our work program for 2024 at the Alces Lake count.
So with the, given the, success or the outlook, a positive outlook with the uranium market right now, how is that impacting sort of your planning or strategy for your uranium assets?
Uranium assets continue to be a huge focus for us, an important focus of the company. But there's only so much you can do with the amount of money you have in the bank, and you have to make a decision, one way or the other, to focus the dollars with the highest potential asset at any given time. So we recently announced that a drill program on our Loringer asset. It's unfortunately been delayed a little bit due to weather issues. Global warming has affected our ability to get rigs on site. The ice roads haven't come in this year, so it's been a bit of something we've had to roll with. But the uranium assets continue to be a very significant component to the business, and especially the Elliott Lake asset, with an existing resource of 55 million pounds of uranium in the ground, in a region that historically has been producing uranium. It's a very exciting asset for us because there's a lot of interest. So we're certainly interested in looking at potential partnerships and opportunities to leverage that asset in the future, and then continuing to move forward with our uranium assets.
Right. So we're at PDAC and you're talking to investors. What do you say to them? What makes Appia a compelling investment opportunity right now?
Well, that's not a straightforward question. That's a big question. PDAC has been amazing for us this year. We've had a constant flow of investors, retail, potential partners. PDAC is truly the greatest mining conference in the world. This year, it's showing its strength, and we've had an exceptional reception, especially to our recent news with regards to the mineral resource estimate on the PCH project. I think the compelling argument is that we are not only do we have hard rock monazite potential in northern Saskatchewan with extraordinarily high-grade material, as well as thick zones of low-medium grade. We are also very lucky to have an ionic absorption clay asset that is relatively simple process to extract. We're looking at the top 25 meters, essentially. Average depth of somewhere between 12.5 and 13 meters, but some of the deeper holes were north of 25 meters. So you've got two very distinct types of projects, and we're really excited because I don't think there's many companies in the world that have the ability to not only talk about clay assets, but also the hard rock side of things as well. So to investors, you have the option to invest in a company that has optionality, not only in the rare earth side, but also in the uranium side. So it's an exciting time for Appia.
Diversity is key. Thank you, Stephen, for taking the time to speak to me today.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And thanks, everyone, for watching. Join us again next time for another engaging conversation on CEO Insight. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates and interviews. See you next time.